Hey guys, time to show you the off-grid drill kit. Now, if you're a prepper, survivalist, or whatever, tools I think are going to be a big part of our life. Should ever hit the fan or things go bad in this country, I think having good quality hand tools is going to be one of the most important things you can have. You know, your food storage will only last you so long, but you're going to have to go back to a lifestyle of building everything yourself, making everything yourself, gathering your own food, and surviving. And, you know, to be honest, the power drills of the world aren't going to last forever. And even if you do have solar power or whatever, you know, do you really want to be draining your batteries every time you need to use a drill? You know, so I think it's a good practice to build up a collection of good hand tools, old hand tools that work, that were built right, that are going to last forever. And I want to show you what I got here. I've got a few more out in the barn, but this is what I pulled out to clean up and put away. And talk about each one a little bit and show you kind of the stuff you can use them for. First of all, we'll start over here with the brace. These were used very common. These are probably the most common you're going to see out there. And you can see I got this one from a Goodwill. So you can see from the little sticker on it. And I think I paid like $1.99 for it. Works great. It's got a thing where you can change the angle. So if you want to turn it into like a right angle drill, you can do that. It's really neat. It takes the brace bits, which come in, as you can see, all different shapes and sizes. And these things are actually really handy. They work really good. And are really just good to have around because they're never going to fail you. This thing probably sat untouched for, you know, who knows, 30, 40 years. A little bit of oil, good as new. You know, I could restore all the wood and all that and make this thing look nice and shiny and new with a little bit of work, but no need to. Now, there's other stuff you can get for these that are really cool, like here. This is an adjustable bit. You actually adjust that with a screwdriver, and you can adjust the hole you make. So those are really cool. They're a little tougher to find, but really handy if, you know, shit hits the fan, you're making furniture out of handmade dowels or something like that. Having something where you can very quickly drill a hole to match a dowel is very handy. And I've actually used this quite a bit, you know, for just that. When I'm drilling a hole for, you know, a dowel or a peg or something like that, it's very easy just to loosen up the screw and get the size I want and do that rather than running to Home Depot and buying a odd size spade bit. They also come, you can see there's a countersink bit right there, so if you want to countersink screws, and a screwdriver, so you can actually use this to drive screws and countersink as well. So it's a neat thing to have. So say if you are working with your power tools, you can also just throw the countersink bit on this and use it to countersink your holes real quick to save on the battery of your drill. You know, good practice. This middle thing is just a little kind of spring-loaded drill. Works really good. It only takes little small normal bits, but it's really good for drilling pilot holes in a hurry. It works very fast. It's got an adjustable clutch on it, so it actually is quite a handy little tool. You can also get the little egg beater drills as well, but I do like this better because you just kind of push it. There's you can actually use it one-handed, which is really cool. Those are very handy, like I said, for drilling pilot holes. If you got a big project and you know your cordless takes a shit on you, this is something if you have in your barn, your garage, you can just whip this out and finish the job without having to worry about taking a lot of time and effort. Last is this auger. You'll see a lot of videos on YouTube about these augers. They're very popular with bushcrafters, particularly these eyed augers, because you can literally just take the wood handle out and replace a new one in the field. So people really do love them because it's a nice tool to make furniture or shelters or whatever. And you can just literally carve a handle in a couple of minutes and jam that in there. So this one's a bigger one. I think it's about an 1.5 inches. These are a little tougher to come by, but they are really cool tools. You will see them at garage sales and estate sales and antique shops. And they can get a little expensive, but they are really cool to own and very handy, and they're very powerful too. These brace bits, you know, they're geared so that you turn them a lot and you move very, very little. So you're doing a lot of work to drill a hole. This thing here is just all torque. You just turn it, and when it gets to the wood, it just throws out beautiful chips. These things are real brutes, and you can really get into hardwood really good with these things. And they're actually a breeze to sharpen. There's really only like 2 little edges you have to keep sharp, and you just get in there with a small file. You know, same thing with these brace bits. They're real easy to sharpen, and when they get rusty, throw them in some vinegar and hit them with a wire brush. They're good as new, you know. So just wanted to share. This is my off-grid drill kit, and I actually have some more. I have a couple more boxes of brace bits laying around somewhere, and some I got a couple of these braces, and I think I have one more of these in a box somewhere. But really handy stuff to have, really useful, and they will last forever. They will not break. They will not drain your batteries. They will not take gas from your generator. These are great to have for, you know, home repairs when you just can't get a cord far enough, when your cordless battery dies, and, you know, God forbid, you know, shit ever hits the fan. These are what you're going to have to rely on probably for the rest of your life. So I highly recommend picking these things up as you see them at garage sales and estate sales and thrift stores, and start using them and make them a part of your life now to make that transition into the shit hits the fan world just a little bit easier on you. So there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed.